Greetings and salutations, my dear audience. Coming at you just with a quick video for spiritual New Year's resolutions. Just want to give a shout out to my pal Mike and to all of the visionaries and mystics out there. Thank you for tuning in. Let's jump into it as we look over some resolutions I think you may want to put into practice for this year, 2020. Resolution number 1, live your epitaph. What is an epitaph, you ask? It's that thing written on your tombstone. Yes, it seems morbid, but if you can figure out that one thing that you want people to say at your funeral, then you can live it now. Live with purpose. Live with focus. Ecclesiastes 7:1 says this, a good name is better than fine perfume, and the day of death better than the day of birth. It's a little bit confusing, but to me it makes sense. It means that if you want people to say something meaningful about your life, then start living meaningfully now. Resolution number 2, honor the Sabbath, based on Exodus 20, verse 8, which says, honor the Sabbath and keep it holy. This is based on creation in which God created the world and the universe and everything in it, and took time to rest. If God needed time to rest, and God needed a day to take off, you do too. You need to pray more, rest more, contemplate more, read more, study more. If you're exhausted, give yourself permission to take time off. Number 3, handwrite letters. This is important because in our world of technology and of different social media, you need to put a little bit of work into making something meaningful for someone else. Get some good stationery. Put time into it. Write something meaningfully. In 2 Thessalonians 3:17, we note that Paul wrote by hand his letter to the church in Thessalonica, and it's good to do this. So why don't you write some letters this year, and they become treasures to those who receive them. Number 4, live honorably. I think we need to consider our deeds, the words we say. Sometimes we need to think about the things we don't do that we need to do in order to live honorably. Titus chapter 2, verses 11 through 14 says this, for the grace of God has appeared, bringing salvation to all people, instructing us to deny ungodliness and worldly desires, and to live sensibly, righteously, and godly in the present age. Live honorably. Be a person of honor. Honor others. Be respectful. Use your manners. Don't get road rage. And try to be a good person this year. Number 5, be humble. There's a lot of pride these days, a lot of conflict, and I think we just need to take a step back and basically just humble ourselves and consider not only our small size in the universe, but the part that we play. And sometimes we just get too big for our britches. Psalm 131 says this, my heart is not proud, O Lord. My eyes are not haughty. I do not aspire to great things or matters too lofty for me. Yes, we try to do great things, but we don't do things that are out of our skill set just because we want recognition. One of the lessons of Christmas is that God joined us in the form of a baby in a manger in a far-off town of Nazareth, not in some royal garb, in some mansion. Be humble like your Lord is humble. And lastly, number 6 resolution is abide in Christ. John 15, 1 through 11, Jesus talks to his disciples and basically says that they are to abide in him, that they will not bear fruit unless they're grafted in him, unless they live in him, unless they breathe and have their way and their being in him. So this year, make it your daily effort to spend time with Christ, have a personal relationship with him, and abide in him. That's number 6 for our 6 spiritual resolutions. Have a wonderful new year.